Okay, let's look at this because this is where your law comes from. I covered this before, but this is how you became what you are in society today. This is the Kaaba. See it right here? Okay, the law that you live in is right here. This is exactly the law as it's written, except they just use it in a different format. The Ka, which is the spirit or the essence of the person, the double of the person. You're a person. You're not a human being. So the double of the person would be the human being. Okay? So let's look at it. The Ka comes into existence serving as a double of the person. The way the law is written is that, well, let me just go a little bit further. The Ka, which is your physical body, is sustained through food and drink. That's you, the human being. This Ka is what's you're going to see in the next line, the legal you. The name of the person is assigned at birth and allows the individual to enter in existence. That's your birth certificate. When you're born, because look, the law of the sea is the law of banking. Okay, and so because you're of the sea, or the law of banking, you're part of the banking system because you came from your mother's water is what it comes down to. You came out of your mother's birth canal, it's your mother's water. The way, it was worked out. Jordan Maxwell worked it out like this, and he's correct with the way that he said it. When the ship pulls in, it pulls into the dock. When your mother was pregnant, she went to the dock. When the ship comes in, it gets a certificate of birth. When you were born, you got a birth certificate. When the ship leaves, it goes out the canal. When you were born, you came out of your mother's birth canal, and because you come from your mother's water, you become part of the banking system. The reason that the water is the banking system is because it circumnavigates the globe, and all trade in the old Phoenician days was done via ships. So that's your maritime admiralty law. So because you came from water, you now became part of the banking system, and you don't exist. You exist as a person. That's why when the police go to arrest somebody, they say, do you have anything on your person? Because the human being, this one here, ceases to exist when this assigned name is put on him and he enters into existence, into this system. And everything that you have, basically, you don't own. Everything that you have legally is in uppercase letters. That's how you designate it as this thing, or a golem, or a monster. Black's Law Dictionary describes a person, one that resembles a human, but being that of a lower order, which is a person, and not of inheritable blood. Not inheritable blood means you can't own anything. So if you look at the title to your car, on the back it says signature of seller. It never says that you're the owner. The deed to the house says signature of tenant. Never says signature of owner, because by law, you've entered into existence as a double of a person. This is where your law comes from. This is the absolute law of your birth certificate. And this goes back to Phoenicia, and it goes back to Adam and Eve being the first golem. Those being made from the dirt, those being where the catchphrase, your name is mud, comes from. This is literally the law of how you came into existence even today. And we know that's the two pillars on his head. It's no big mystery. And they'll give you all kinds of explanations. You know what that is by looking at it. Okay? This is the law right here. Go look up Black's Law Dictionary. Let me see if I can find it and I'll post it. Well, I have to dig it up. I got about 800,000 files, but I've got it. But that's really the law. Because you're a part of there's two laws. There's the law of the land where you live, and the people there make the law. Like if you live in Illinois, you can do things in Illinois that you can't do in Afghanistan, and vice versa. But the law of the sea is the law of banking, because the whole world is encompassed by it. And you can get a credit card in Illinois, and you can go over to Afghanistan, and if they have, you know, somewhere where you can use a credit card, you can use it there. But the laws don't transfer. But the banking laws are worldwide. So the law of banking is the law of the sea, and the Phoenicians are the ones that set it up. Isn't it interesting that the Phoenicians were called the purple people? How interesting. Red, blue pillar, and purple. Phoenician, Jews speak Phoenician. Because there is no Hebrew language, they speak ancient Phoenician. I don't know, I smell a rat, but whatever. But this really is how, what you are in reality, right here. By law, the law book says, it says sea monster. Not like a sea monster, but it says look under monster.